What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the all-new 12.6-inch rear entertainment center on the 2021 Chevy Tahoe. So this rear entertainment center has been completely reworked and redesigned and is much more modern and functional than it has ever been before. And we're going to take a look at every single function and feature on this all new system. Let's hop into it. So let's start with the design of the screen. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the forbidden and remove the little screen cover here. Super satisfying. So you've got this huge, beautiful 12.6-inch screen here. No physical buttons at all on the exterior. There looks like there's maybe a little sensor here. Maybe that's a brightness sensor to auto adjust the screen brightness. Again, no physical controls at all. You can tilt it so it leans forward like that, and then you can lean it all the way back like that. That's as far back as it goes. Now, obviously the distance will differ depending on how far away the front seat is. But other than that, there's no other adjustments that can be made to the screen itself. Now, by default, it's turned off, but you can change that in the settings. But to enable the screen, since there are no hardware buttons at all, you just double tap and you get this list of functionality. So you've got a power button here. Go ahead and turn that off, turn it back on with the double tap. You've got your Bluetooth headphone connection here, so you can actually connect any wireless headphones that use Bluetooth to this system. And one note to make about these systems is that there's two screens and they are independently controlled. So I can watch whatever I want on this screen and anyone else can watch whatever they want on that screen, so on and so forth. So completely independent. You obviously can watch the same thing if you want to, but they function outside of one another, which is super handy if you've ever had kids that want to watch different things at the same time. You haven't had that functionality before, now you do. So in that same vein, you can go to the Bluetooth menu and connect any Bluetooth headphones you want. So not only does this work with the headphones that Chevy does offer, but you can also connect something like AirPods. So let's go to add new headphones. You're going to hold down the button on the back and open the lid. And there are my AirPods right there. Go ahead and pair them. Just like that, boom, super easy. And then you can put a custom name. So I'll just put AirPods, boom, saved, done, and there they are. So anytime I want to listen to anything, I'll just pop my AirPods out, pop them in, boom, it'll connect to this. Nice and simple. So that is the main settings over on the left side. Now over on the right, you actually have the settings cog. So let's go ahead and hit that. Video voiceover is just an accessibility feature. Basically, it'll read to you what's on the screen. Bluetooth headphone setup allows you to access that same menu. You can rename, remove, or add new headphones. Screen brightness, obviously you can turn that up and down. I'll put it on full brightness for this video. So the remember screen power status basically means that if, for example, if the screen is on and the car is turned off, that when the car is turned back on, the screen will also turn on. Or if the screen is off and the car is on, then when you turn the car off and back on, the screen will remain off. That's all it basically does. Video autoplay, you can enable or disable, and then clear all mirrorcast data. We'll take a look at that in just a sec, but you can get rid of that if you want. So your different options are watch, listen, or navigate. So we'll start with watch. Now you have a couple different options. You can connect a USB device via the USB ports right here in the center console, and it will allow you to watch video straight off of that. Additionally, you can use HDMI 1 or 2, and obviously there's 2 because each one can watch a different thing if they want to connect multiple different devices. So we'll try it with a computer, we'll try it with a Nintendo Switch, and we'll try plugging a USB directly into that USB-C port. So let's start with Mirrorcast. Now Mirrorcast is an app that you can download. It's a screen mirroring software. Now, I don't know if this is just me. I've tried it now on 2 different devices and I cannot, for the life of me, get it to connect to Mirrorcast or be able to even find the device. So I've connected to the Wi-Fi hotspot in the vehicle, kind of like it alludes to here on the settings. I've got my phone here connected to it. This is running just normal iOS, and I can't for the life of me. It says finding devices, and then there's not really any other way. It just, if you click this, it says connect to your TV first. So you would think this is the way to mirror your screen to the actual device, but again, nothing ever shows up. And it says to select rear seat from your device to initiate connection. I even tried going to settings and going to screen mirroring, and nothing comes up on that either. So I'm not sure if the Mirrorcast functionality has yet to be enabled or if I'm just doing something wrong. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments if you're able to get it to connect. But normally I think you'd be able to just instantly connect here to here and then you would have no problems actually mirroring your phone onto the screen. But for right now, I cannot actually get that to work. So we'll disregard that and we'll move on to the USB video. All right, so next I've got a USB-C hard drive right here. This is a Samsung T5. I'm gonna go ahead and take the other end, plug it in right here to this USB-C port, and we'll see what happens here. So I was unable to get a USB-C Samsung T5 drive to play movies off of, so that's not gonna be your best bet. Now, you can go the traditional flash drive route. So this is a USB-A flash drive. I've got this little adapter that is USB-C on the other end, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug this drive into this and then plug that into the USB-C slot. And boom, this stuff comes up. So you'll see a little movie icon as well as a little music icon. Now you know that you can actually access the media that's on these drives. Now, if we go ahead and hit video, you've also got the option to view recents down here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just hit this though, and then go to browse. So these show my 3 clips that I put on here. I put some B-roll of a Trailblazer at a auto show, and then I've got 2 drone footage clips that I shot in the mountains. So unfortunately, some of them don't play back that smoothly, and I'm not sure if that is a problem with the actual drive itself because it is an older flash drive, or if that is a system issue. I'm gonna assume it's a drive issue, so you may or may not have these same problems, but this Blazer B-roll plays back relatively smoothly. So the actual, where it's cutting to black, that was intentional. That's in the actual footage. But I mean, the footage looks great, sounds good through the headphones. Now you can skip to the next clip with these skip buttons, or you can go back to browse. Let's just pick the mountain clip here, mountain clip 2. And it seems to play back smoothly for a little bit, but then it starts to get choppy. So I'm not sure if it has to do with the resolution of the footage, because this is 4K footage, so that may be why it's playing back in a choppy fashion, because the processing can't render that fast, or maybe it's not the right, codec or whatever. I tried to find the owner's manual to see what kind of footage works best, but I couldn't. I'll try and put that on screen if I can find it. But 1080p stuff seems to play back really, really nicely. So if I were to downsample this to 1080, I'm sure we'd have no problems playing it back. But I mean, even if we just pause it here, I mean, just look at how good this screen looks. I mean, that's incredible. Beautiful high resolution screen. It's really killer. So that is kind of how the clips work. Again, you could put some movies on those drives, have them play back super smoothly. I'm sure any pre-rendered media like that would work really, really well. Additionally, again, you can plug in via those 2 HDMI ports. All right, so next I've got my laptop right here and an HDMI cord. Let's go ahead and try and see if we can play back some media via the laptop, via the HDMI ports. So go ahead, turn this on and plug this thing right in here. And we get a little purple line above HDMI 2 letting us know that there is something connected to that. So let's go ahead and hit it. And there is my computer right there mirrored on the screen. So let's go ahead and play a video here. Looks absolutely killer. I mean, this screen is so high resolution. I'll try and put the actual dimensions on screen here of resolution, but it looks incredible. It's basically the size of an iPad Pro. Yeah, so that's that. So I can see this being super handy if you, were traveling or something like that and you wanted to take a break, have a keyboard and mouse like wireless, and just, connect your laptop down there and just kind of sit back, relax, and edit right off this big, beautiful screen. I think that would be awesome. Or do, spreadsheets or documents or web design or blogging or whatever you wanted to do. Or, your kid could do homework off of it. It's got a lot of practical uses for sure. So that is connecting a laptop and doing mirroring. Now let's connect a game console. All right, so we've got the pieces here for the Nintendo Switch. Let's go ahead and get this set up. Power brick here, we can plug into the 120 volt outlet down here, get that connected to the box here. Then we've got our HDMI cord. We're gonna plug that right into the back here. All right, we've got it connected. Looks like we got a little line over the HDMI, so let's go ahead and tap that. And here we are on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this is a recently formatted Nintendo Switch because I am selling it. It's actually not mine, it's my brother's. But nonetheless, we've got it working right here, as you can see. Let's see if we can play a game here. All right, so we got it all set up here. I had to create a dummy account up top just for us to play, but let's go ahead and try some Super Smash Bros. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, the frame rate is excellent, the resolution is killer. I mean, this is gonna make your Nintendo Switch look as good as it's ever looked. I don't even know how to jump. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, but yeah, I mean, you could easily connect this device here. You could easily connect anything like a PlayStation or a Xbox Slim, anything like that. Nintendo Switch is perfect, and your kids could play and just have their Bluetooth headphones connected. It would just be excellent. Let's go ahead and actually try that. I'm gonna go ahead and plug my headphones in here, see how the audio quality is. That's killer. Oh man. I can only imagine if I was a kid in 2020 or 2021, being able to connect a game system like this, play in the back of the car on a road trip. I mean, this would make the time just fly. Absolutely awesome. So, yep, that's connecting a Nintendo Switch. So you can, in fact, connect a game console and play using the Wi-Fi built in, using the 120 volt outlet for power, using the HDMI to connect, and Bluetooth headphones on this beautiful 12.6 inch screen. Super awesome. Let's move on. Now listen, this basically just does the same thing, but with audio. So I've got a couple songs on here, and these play back perfectly smoothly, as you would imagine. Obviously you can't hear them, but they're playing back perfectly smoothly. You can skip tracks. Now another thing you could do is connect to something like an Apple TV or a Amazon Fire Stick or a Chromecast or something like that, and have easier access to be able to mirror your phone screen, mirror an iPad, or use something like Netflix or those different types of things right on the display like that. And then finally, the Navigate tab, one of the coolest features of this new kind of generation of entertainment centers in the back seat. You get access to the entire navigation system, just like the front seat passengers. In fact, the screen back here is actually larger than the screen that you get in the front. So you can look around, figure out, addresses and things, points of interest. You can relocate yourself there. But the coolest part of this is you can actually search for addresses or, points of interest. So let's go ahead and find a Starbucks, and boom, there's one 0.4 miles away. So if we go ahead and hit that, what it's gonna do is it's actually gonna send the address up to the front passengers so they can put that in the navigation and start directing them there. So let's say, for example, you're a parent and you say, hey son, hey daughter, I need you to find me a Chick-fil-A along our route that we can stop for lunch on our road trip. They can type it in back here, and then they can hit send that up to you, and you can either accept or decline that, and it will adapt it into your navigation. I think this is so cool. You can view different locations, and you can sort by best match or distance. You can request or accept or ignore it, like I mentioned. But this is just a cool way to have children kind of interact and participate in the road trip. Such a cool, like, new age way to participate even from the back seat. One thing I really wish they would have added to this whole backseat entertainment system are some retractable sunshades here on the doors, just to help reduce any possible glare on the screen like that. Fortunately, that is not an option. All right, so the last aspect that we're going to take a look at is how you can actually control and monitor rear media via the entertainment center in the front. So if we go ahead and go to the rear media menu, you can actually power all, off or on, mute all, or lock all so that the information cannot be changed. So you get this little split view of screen 1 and screen 2. It'll tell you what is actually being accessed. So whether that's listening, navigation, HDMI, you can power it off, you can mute it, you can lock it, or you can switch what is shown on what screen. So super handy with that split view. Also, if you just go to the device specifically, you can actually see kind of what we've got going on each of the two devices. It doesn't actually show a preview of the media. I thought it might, but you can go ahead, switch the source if you want to. If other devices are connected, you can actually listen in. So you just heard as I selected something on the actual screen, you can hear what's going on. So if they're watching something, you want to make sure they're watching something that's appropriate or that you're allowed to watch, you can pop in, listen real quick, or you can switch the content over to screen 1 or screen 2, depending on which one you would like to do. So all super handy. As you can see, it now says that screen 2 is watching screen, or screen 1 is watching screen 2, which is super cool that you can do that kind of stuff. So just a lot of parental function here as far as accessing rear media from the front. All right, guys, and that is the rear entertainment center on the 2021 Chevy Tahoe. Drop a like on the video if you loved it. Tell me in the comments down below, what is your favorite feature about this awesome redesigned entertainment center? Let's have a conversation about it down in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to be among the first to see every single new video the second I hit publish. We'll see you in the next one.